Okay, so for today's deep dive, we're going all the way back to 1970.
Oh, yeah.
1970 in Norway for the mystery of the Isdal Woman.
A very fascinating case.
So to set the scene, it's November 29th, 1970,
Okay.
and a father and his two daughters, they're hiking in Isdalen Valley near Bergen,
Yeah.
and they come across a body,
Oh, wow.
and it's burned so badly it's unrecognizable.
Right.
Really grim discovery.
Mm,
And it was obvious right away that something really terrible had happened.
absolutely. And as the investigators started to dig into it, the details got weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
It really seems like someone wanted to erase this woman's identity completely.
Yeah, and she had taken all these sleeping pills.
Oh, wow.
Her fingerprints were sanded off, and even the labels were cut out of her clothes.
It's like she was meant to be a ghost, just completely disappear.
Yeah.
And the mystery gets even deeper a few days later when two suitcases connected to her turn up at the train station in Bergen.
Oh, wow.
And what they found inside was really strange, wigs, glasses, a notebook full of coded messages,
Wow. So many questions right away.
and more unlabeled clothes. It's that same deliberate anonymity.
So you've got this tragic death, all these bizarre clues, and then the big questions that have been hanging around for decades.
Yeah, who was she and what was she doing in that valley?
And those are the questions that we're going to be looking at today.
Exactly.
So the investigators did manage to figure out at least some of her movements before she died, right?
They did. There were people who saw a woman who looked like her staying at different hotels in the area before November.
Okay.
And the really interesting thing is she used different names every time.
So that really makes you think she was trying to hide who she was.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just the names.
Yeah.
She spoke multiple languages, English, German, even Flemish.
It's almost like something out of a spy movie.
Yeah, and this was during the Cold War, remember? So naturally, people started thinking about espionage and secret missions.
Yeah, all that secrecy really does fit that kind of narrative.
No, exactly. You've got all the international tensions of the Cold War, the idea of covert operations. It all feeds into this theory that maybe she was involved in something dangerous, and that's what led to her death.
And then there's that coded notebook.
Right, it's like this big locked door hiding all her secrets.
A mystery within a mystery.
And even though no one's been able to crack the code, the investigators haven't given up.
And that brings us to some of the newer evidence that came out in 2016.
Yeah, they did some forensic analysis, and it pointed to the area around the French-German border as a possible place where she might have been from.
So that's a pretty big clue. But we still don't know who she really was.
Nope, her true identity is still a complete mystery.
It's incredible how, despite all the advances in forensics, we still don't have answers to those basic questions about her death.
It's a tragic case and so suspicious.
Was she a spy, or was there something else going on, something we haven't even thought of?
And she's buried in an unmarked grave in Bergen.
Just think about that for a second. A whole life lived and then just gone completely anonymous.
The Isdal Woman is one of those mysteries that just keeps fascinating people.
And it makes you think, what happens when someone tries so hard to disappear? What are they hiding?
Yeah, what secrets are they taking with them?
We might never know the full story of the Isdal Woman.
But it's a powerful reminder of how much we don't know about the world and the people in it.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into one of Norway's most enduring mysteries.
It was a fascinating case to revisit.
And if you're interested in more stories like this, make sure to subscribe.
And we'll see you on the next deep dive.
See you then.